All right, this is pretty cool. This is from a company called Tacray. They've been around for about 13 years or so making everyday carry gear. And what they made here is an everyday carry multi-tool and flashlight combo. It's called the MT1. There's 8 different tools here and a 3-level flashlight. And I have 2 different colors to show you. This is the base model in the anodized gray, and this is also a base model, but the anodized desert color. And this desert color looks really cool. Between the two, I prefer this one right here over this gray. But that's just me. So let me give you guys a nice close-up of the Tacray MT1. And while you guys are checking this out, let's talk about some of the features. All right, so the Tacray MT1 is an everyday carry multi-tool that features 8 different tools and an LED flashlight with a maximum output of 260 lumens. The 2 multi-tools that I have right here are the base model. And being the base model, the body's made out of 6061 T6 aluminum with a Tonto blade made of 10CR15 MOV. But it's also available in a Pro and Elite version. The Pro and Elite comes with the titanium body, but the Elite has the upgraded M390 blade. It also features a reversible stainless steel pocket clip, a tungsten steel glass breaker, a built-in 250 milliamp hour battery that's charged via the USB-C charging port on the outside of the body, ceramic ball bearings in the pivot, and a liner lock. It also has a waterproof rating of IPX4. The X means the dust proofing wasn't tested, and the 4 means it's basically splash proof from all directions. And it has a 1 meter impact resistance. And let's weigh it. On the scale it goes. All right, 2.9 ounces, and in grams, that's 84 grams. So far, I really like the MT1, a multi-tool and flashlight combination that just seems right up my alley. Now, I know combining those things together isn't anything new. Actually, in my car, I have a blade slash flashlight slash power bank just for emergencies only. That's been in my car for years. But that thing is freaking huge. It's about this long. It's just way too big to carry in my pockets on an everyday basis. The MT1 here, though, is perfect for everyday carry. Just under 3 ounces, 3.35 inches long. So combine the flat body style with this stainless steel reversible pocket clip, and you have a great little everyday carry multi-tool here. And there is a lot of tension on this pocket clip here. This does not feel like a cheap pocket clip. And yes, I did say reversible, and I'm surprised I haven't done that yet because I carry this in my pockets with the pocket clip facing out. So when I grab it, I would like to have the blade right here to easily just thumb it open. So once I reverse that pocket clip, I'll take it out of my pockets, and then right there, you can see I can easily just open that blade up. And let me give you guys a nice close-up of that blade. Of course, that is a Tonto blade. The blade surface is right around 2.12 inches long. So if you live in a state like I do that requires you to have a blade under 3 inches long, you're legal here. Also on the blade, there's a nail nick, and if I turn it around, you can see it's flat, so that is a chisel grind Tonto blade. As I already mentioned, it's 10CR15 MOV. If you want the M390, which I do, you have to upgrade to the MT1 Elite version. I don't really mind 10CR15 MOV, it's easily sharpened, but if I had my choice, yeah, I want the M390. The locking mechanism is a liner lock, and yes, it does have a liner lock on both sides right there. So this tool and the main blade feel really smooth because it does have ceramic ball bearings in the pivots right there. I'll give you a close-up of those pivots. There we go. I'll give you a close-up of that tungsten glass breaker right there, which is removable. And then right on the other side of that glass breaker is the USB-C charging port for that flashlight. That is a charging indicator right there. It glows red when you're charging, green when it's fully charged. As I already mentioned, it has a 250 milliamp hour battery built in, and right there is the single switch for the flashlight. It is a metal switch, as you can see, and it does feel pretty good. It's not extremely clicky, but it doesn't feel cheap. I do like this switch here. So before I get to the flashlight here, let's go over some of the tools on the MT1. Right here, that is your pry bar. Right on the side of that pry bar, you can see a flathead screwdriver. On the opposite side of that pry bar, you can see a can opener. And then right there at the bottom, you can see the obligatory bottle opener. And yes, this also has a nail nick just like the main blade on the opposite side there, which of course the main blade here is considered one of the tools. And I already showed you the pocket clip there, the glass breaker, and of course the LED flashlight. It also has a fairly large lanyard hole there, which I do like. You can actually get 550 paracord through there, which I definitely appreciate. Usually these smaller multi-tools just have these tiny little itty bitty lanyard holes where you can't really get anything substantial through it. You can get paracord in there. I like it. Now, you guys know me. I'm not really the biggest fan of cramming a bunch of tools into one just for the sake of calling it a multi-tool. But I do like this tool combination right here. I do like the location of the bottle opener down there. The can opener, I'll probably never use in my life. I might get some use out of this flathead screwdriver right there. But if I'm being honest here, I sort of wish none of this existed at the end and it was just flat across with a wedge like a normal everyday carry pry bar. But I do like this seatbelt cutter right there. It's really, really sharp. I have some 2-inch webbing right here. And if I demonstrate the seatbelt cutter, I mean, it just slices right through it. It is a very, very sharp seatbelt cutter, as you can see. Now let's start talking about the coolest feature of the MT1, at least I think it is the LED flashlight right here. 260 lumens max, 3 different levels, low, medium, and high. And the UI is really simple. Just long press the button right there and it goes right back to the last brightness level you left it on. So it does have a memory. And to cycle through the levels, just give it a short press. Very, very simple. High is 260 lumens, has a 30-minute runtime. Medium, the sweet spot, 150 lumens, has a 45-minute runtime. And low, 25 lumens, and you have a 2-hour runtime, 120 minutes. And have you noticed that it does have the reverse UI, so it starts on high, medium, low, goes backwards. And it might be tough to tell on my desk, but it does have a 6,000 Kelvin color temperature. So it is a cool white color temperature. And you can see by that beam profile right there, it does have a pretty well-defined hotspot, especially right there on medium. And to turn it off, just long press it, as you probably already guessed, and there you go. And I can hear what you're saying already. It only has a 2-hour maximum runtime on low. It only has a 250 milliamp hour battery built in, but that has a lot to do with keeping this flashlight super small and compact as well. So unfortunately, you're in a situation where do you want a more compact body or longer run times on that flashlight? Medium at 150 lumens with a 45-minute runtime, yeah, that is very, very low, but it will get you through some minor emergencies if you need a flashlight and don't have anything else available, especially if you're already carrying this in your pocket for the blade and that seatbelt cutter right there. And another thing I sort of wish was a little bit better is that dust and waterproof rating. If I'm going to carry a flashlight every day, I want it at least an IPX6 because then it can handle high-powered water jets hitting it from any angle and be okay. Which means if you get caught in a very heavy rainstorm, it should be perfectly fine. The only thing is it's not submersible. That's why I like at least IPX7 because if you drop this in 3 feet of water, it'll still be okay. A 4 for waterproof, meaning it's only splash proof. I don't know if this can survive a heavy downpour or not. I'm not going to test that out. But I really like the direction that Tacray is taking here, combining the multi-tool with the everyday carry flashlight feature. I like this. Of course, it has some room for improvement. I've mentioned that throughout this video. And I know they're making some improvements with the MT1 here. I was told that they're making the deployment of the blade a little bit smoother, which is crazy because this is already pretty smooth to begin with. So they're making that smoother and they're making the switch right here for the flashlight a little bit more responsive. Once again, I find this pretty responsive anyways. The only thing I can think of is maybe make the light go on a little bit faster. You can see it takes a couple seconds to go on and off, so they might be making that a little bit quicker. They ran a Kickstarter on the MT1 back in October through November of 2025, so these are pre-Kickstarter models. So if you guys pre-order one now, it should already come with those 2 improvements. And like I said, there's also an MT1 Pro that comes with a titanium body, but still the 10CR15 MOV blade right here, and an MT1 Elite with the titanium body and the M390 blade. But it's not going to come cheap for that Elite, $150. As of the time I'm recording this video, this model right here is right around $80. And I believe the MT1 Pro is right around $120. So you can pick one of these bad boys up anywhere between $80 and $150. But what do you guys think of the MT1 here? Like I said, I really like the direction here, combining the multi-tool with the flashlight, I'm a fan of this. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the Tacray MT1? If you want to check it out for yourself, I'll put the pre-order link down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!